Well, it's over for the Warriors.
There you go.
I mean, no disrespect.
But disrespect is. No disrespect. Disrespect.
It ends for every old team. You have your run. You get old. Y'all let Clay go. You and Steph on the backside of y'all careers. It just passed you by. Y'all had one of the greatest runs ever. If you think you're not in the playoffs, you're not gonna make. You think you're gonna get healthier for next year? You're just gonna get older. That's no disrespect. You guys had one of the greatest runs of all time. If you want to compete, you're gonna have to leave there. If Steph wants to compete, he's gonna have to leave there. You're gonna have to make that decision.
What if they bring the right pieces in?
They can't bring the right pieces.
Why?
Because they don't have no cap space.
Okay.
They don't have any cap space.
Do you believe what he's talking over here?
Well, here's what I would say. We had to hug for a reason, right? Like we're not,
because it's over.
We're not oblivious.
Yeah.
So like, this could be the end.
That's the thing that makes me laugh. It ended for Larry Bird Celtics. It ended for Isaiah Thomas Pistons. It ended for Michael Jordan Bulls, The Last Dance.
Absolutely.
It ended for Tim Duncan and Parker and Ginobili. It always ends. Sports are for young people. You hope to have a great long career, but sports, nobody wins when they're 37, 38.
But you said what you said. I want to hear if he believes what you're talking.
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal is just to not look like you in the Houston Rockets uniform.
Yeah.
Is ultimately the goal.
As a Golden State Warriors fan, Charles Barkley is absolutely right, but I think people are going to accuse him of hating with skipping over his main point, which is if Draymond or Steph wants to compete for a championship, it wouldn't be in Golden State. And what do you mean by it's not in Golden State? It's because of the piss-poor management by Dunleavy, by Lakeup. You could even throw former GM Bob Myers' name in there because you're overpaying Jimmy Butler. He's going to be the 7th highest paid player in the NBA next year. He's going to be making more than the Anthony Edwards of the world, the real deal superstars. And with this salary cap, it's only 2 max contracts, a total salary cap of $160 million. You're going to be missing over $70 million next year with Butler and Moody. And with those guys healthy, you were a 6th seed. It's not that Steph Curry is still not a high caliber player. It's not that Draymond Green is still not an elite defender and facilitator. The issue is you need a new young superstar. The issue is after Klay Thompson left, you didn't have a Splash Brothers 2.0. Okay, you can look at the New York Yankees, right? People thought the Bronx Bomber days were over when Soto left, but they got Ben Rice with Aaron Judge competing for number 1 in home runs, and it's poor drafting. You could have had Splash Brothers 2.0 without giving up anything if you drafted LaMelo Ball over James Wiseman. You didn't draft him, reason being you had a problem with his dad. That's idiotic. Why? Because his dad is a supportive dad. That's the problem you have had with him. He had the 2nd most threes. He's a great facilitator. He can go and get you 30 a game. Okay? Fine. You didn't want him. Why didn't you go get Maxey? Okay, you could have got Maxey, Halliburton. You picked a guy who played 4 games in college. He's now making awful rap music. Okay, then let's look at some of the others. Let's look at the next year's draft, okay? Because you could have got Anthony Edwards. Steve Kerr said he didn't like his workout. They wouldn't draft him even if they had the number 1 pick, let alone swap picks. Well, look at the other draft. At 7th, you go Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga's averaging 10 points on the Atlanta Hawks. They're using him as off-the-bench guy and not even a 6-man. You know who was drafted after him? The guy Steve Kerr wanted, Franz Wagner. I just think that this roster, as constructed, is trash. It really is. And I have a lot of love for Jimmy Butler, but he does not need to be paid a max contract. And a max contract at this stage in his career, you're not competing for anything next year with that contract on the books. Nothing. You're missing $70 million going into next year. Steph is only getting older. Draymond's only getting older. You don't have any young, promising players on the team.